And hello everyone, this is Myrokos coming to you with part 16 of my Let's Play of the of Final Fantasy XIV in the Post-A Realm Reborn base content. Today I will be continuing with the MSQ, so without further ado, let's get started. Still Waters. Minfilia has a new assignment for you. Let's see, your choice of fending, slaying, or aiming. Or Gil. Okay, so what is this new assignment? Truly, there is no rest for the weary. Scarce had I begun to make myself at home, when I received a request for assistance from Amagina Sons and Mineral Concern. It would appear their storehouse in Horizon has been the target of a series of covert robberies. Minor as they seemed in isolation, occasional discrepancies in the manifests were long dismissed as clerical errors. It was only during the concern's annual audit that a pattern became apparent. Significant quantities of crystals, and only crystals, were missing. I need hardly tell you what that may imply. Someone's trying to do another summoning. Yeah. The Brass Blades charged with the investigating the thefts believe that someone within the concern is selling the crystals for profit. Alas, they have as yet been unable to identify a likely suspect, and the concern's proprietors have grown frustrated by their lack of progress. Needless to say, I would not have agreed to intervene had these stolen goods been of mere monetary value. If there is even a possibility that the thief acts not out of self-interest but in service to a primal, we can ill afford to wait for the blades to realize their mistake. Pray depart for Horizon at your earliest convenience. Rendezvous with Y'shtola, and when you arrive, she and Thancred have already begun a preliminary investigation. I have every confidence that the three of you will get to the bottom of these thefts. I only hope our fears prove unfounded when you do. Okay, so we need to go to Horizon. Myrokos, your assistance is most welcome. I have already spoken at length with the Brass Blades of the Rose, albeit to little avail. It would seem that the thieves took great pains to conceal their activities. I could go into further detail, but your time might be better spent in conversation with Fufalupa. He is the officer in charge leading the investigation, and I would only be repeating that which he related to me. If aught eluded my attention, mayhap it will not elude yours. Well, Fufalupa tends to be pretty detailed and focused on his duty, so I doubt... Yeah, I doubt if he did miss something that he'd suddenly remember it now. Myrokos, what a pleasure to see you again. Y'shtola said to expect you. Terrible business, these thefts. We have yet to confirm the quantity of crystals stolen, but I dare say it may be greater than But never you mind that. I have news to share. A short while ago, the driver of a heavily laden carriage refused to halt for inspection and broke through one of our checkpoints on the Royal Allegan Sunway. The cart bolted off toward Eastern Thanalan, thank the gods. I hear that our colleagues were able to apprehend them without further incident. A speeding carriage. That would seem a curious choice for thieves of such proven cunning, yet the Amalja do have a foothold in Eastern Thanalan. And what of their cargo? Did they carry the crystals we seek? We should be receiving a report any moment now, but I fail to see what else it could. Did you miss me, friends? I'm back, but I fear I come bearing disappointing news. Or, on second thought, perhaps it's good news after all. Thancred, wherever have you been off to? I figured you had everything under control here, so I took a brief excursion to the east to check up on our Amalja friends. And wouldn't you believe it, I happened upon a runaway carriage on the way, and even was able to do my small part to help my friends in the Brass Blades intercept it. In all my years, I have never seen such a prodigious quantity of summness. The Blades were calling it one of the greatest hauls they've ever seen. The stolen crystals, on the other hand, were nowhere to be found. Is that so? Alas, I suppose we have no choice but to resume our search elsewhere. We should reassess our options as well. Come with us, Myrokos. Okay. And so we find ourselves back where we began. What have I overlooked? Against all expectation, it would seem the Amalja are innocent of this particular spate of crimes. By all indications, they have yet to replenish their stores of crystals, exhausted during their last attempt to summon Ifrit. What I can't fathom is why anyone else would go to such lengths to obtain crystals, and in such quantities. It cannot be that we are dealing with simple thieves. If their motive were profit, why would they limit their trade to crystals alone? Plainly, we are missing something. While you think about that, think about what it might be, I shall inform Urianger of our progress or lack thereof.
Now then. Tis I. The situation may be more complicated than we anticipated.
Indeed, I shall remain watchful. Ere thou goest, another matter requireth thine attention. A young maiden, full eager to... Wherefore inquirest thou of her fairness? Oh, very well. Be she damsel or devil, I shall direct her steps to Revenant's Toll. Save thine insinuations for one given to such impropriety. Thou shalt not find me amenable.
Far across the sea from the land of Domar have we traveled. We seek audience with the ruler of these lands. Who here speaks for you?
Well, that was interesting. A final temptation. Tancred wishes to discuss how to proceed with the investigation. Okay, and here we get rings of casting, even though I've already... okay, I've got level 70. Nope. Or healing... or 1,000 gil. Okay, Tancred wishes to discuss how to proceed with the investigation. Any bright ideas? A solitary flash of insight? No? Well then, for want of a better suggestion, I say we try picking Fufalupa's brain again. Who knows? If we work together, we may yet find something of use nestled away within it. Oh, but it is good to see you return. We were just stepping aside, but no matter. I have given some thought to the matter, and I have just hit upon a most disturbing possibility. How could I have been so blind? Calm yourself, Fufalupa. What is this disturbing possibility of which you speak? I was contemplating as to how the thieves' activities escaped our notice for so long, and then it came to me. What if there was someone among our own ranks conspiring with them? A traitor in our own midst. It would be most unfortunate if your fears proved well-founded, Fufalupa. Indeed, if for reasons of security the concern decided to transfer the remaining crystals stored in Horizon to another location, their plans would be discovered the moment the brass blades were informed. But such a shipment would surely be well guarded. Would thieves as wily as ours risk open confrontation? Mayhap not, but neither would the concern be eager to present them with such an obvious target. Nay, they might instead elect to carry out the transfer in secret, to entrust the goods to, let's say, a lone Mikote miner, traveling without escort so as not to attract undue attention? But who... Ah, I see. Yes, the concern may well elect to do that, but to travel with so much cargo would be a strenuous task indeed, and this miner would certainly need to rest upon the way. Mayhap north of the bridge to Hammerley? A fine spot for a rest. Would you not agree, Myrokos? Alas, the role of the Mikote miner is taken, so you will lie in wait to the north, and I will do the same to the south. Forgive me, my friends, but I have received new orders. I must inform my men at once. Call me a cynic, but I would be surprised if these thieves lay down their arms and surrender. See that you come prepared to offer them some encouragement. Lots of dialogue here. Okay. What was I gonna say? Standing watch. Of course, I just pulled. Okay. Stubborn to the last, as expected. You are unharmed? Yeah, I'm fine. A gang of sea wolf thieves, and in Thanalan no less. I suppose there's a first time for everything? Sea wolves? All of them? Aye, and all with the same taste in facial tattoos. Blue, in the case you were wondering. Our thieves are a long way from home. Let me guess, Limsa? Thancred, if you would be so good as to attend to the outstanding matters in Horizon, I have inquiries to make. To Horizon, then. Fufalupa will want to hear about your meeting with the thieves. On behalf of the Brass Blades of the Rose, I thank you for your service to Horizon. You're welcome. But we have not been idle. While you were afield, we succeeded in identifying the traitor within our ranks. Is that so? Then by your leave, I should very much like to have a word with the fellow in private. No. I'm afraid that will not be possible. Regrettably, he, managed to subdue the unit of blades dispatched to detain him and made good his escape. Oh, for the love of... And how did he manage to escape exactly? Your men haven't been sampling the Somnus we confiscated, have they? Or was he a giant in disguise? No. But he was quite strong. A sea wolf, Leminson born and raised, I believe. But do not worry, we will find him. You have my word on that. I see. Pray keep me apprised of any developments. Yes? He's standing next to me? Understood. I fear our time together is at an end, my friend. Your services are required elsewhere. Awfully disappointing, I know, but one must follow where duty leads. You might try to look a little disappointed, or do you mean to give me another one of your stoic nods? You do, don't you? Yep, there's your stoic nod. You're welcome. Yeah, when I get the go. I know it's better. That thing has better stats for the casting earring, but if I can get an earring with 130 item level, although I'm low on elegant tomestones. Thancred has the Mother of Exiles. Thancred has information on your next assignment. The antecedent bid me tell you to make for Vesper Bay, where young Alphino awaits your coming most eagerly. It was he who requested your assistance. Some commotion or incident. I am not privy to the details. While you do whatever it is that Alpha now has planned for you, I shall endeavor to track down our traitorous brass blade, and when I do, you may rest assured that we will have our answers. It is indeed so much more efficient being able to fly. Aha! Yes, I figured it would be something about the boat. Although a small boat like that, you'd think that there would be a larger one somewhere in the vicinity of the horizon out there. You are late. No matter. I know where our visitors are headed. From what I have been able to gather, this vessel belongs to a band of Domans who seek an audience with the Sultana. You are familiar with Doma, yes? In Othard? Well, like the rest of the nations of the Eastern Continent, it is ruled by the Garlean Empire. Given our visitors' unannounced arrival, as well as the state of their ship, I suspect they did not leave their homeland under the best circumstances. Needless to say, I should be very interested to hear their tale, and more importantly, what they know of the current state of affairs in the Empire. Such information could prove most useful. We would be fools not to pursue this opportunity, do you not think? Come with me to Ul'dah, Myrokos. Unless I am mistaken, and I'm rarely mistaken, we will find the Domans bickering with a Sultan sworn on the royal promenade. You are uncertain of your role in the proceedings? Insurance. If our guests are not themselves Imperial agents, it seems fair to assume that they may be being pursued by some, and if not, who better than you to have on hand in the event of an unforeseen diplomatic incident? Besides, I do so enjoy your sparkling repartee. Satisfied? Good. I shall see you in Ul'dah. You mean the fact that I just stand there silently and, as a moron and just do what you say? Oh, Alpha now. The Redditor is just so entitled. Okay, so here we go, back into Ul'dah. Sorry about the slight delay, I just needed to grab a bottle of water in case I needed it. It matters not how many times you ask, without the necessary permissions, none shall pass. Pray understand, good sir, we have not the leisure to lodge a formal petition. Time is of the essence. All I ask is that you summon your superior. Allow me to plead my case. Surely you can grant us that small kindness. Away with you, and darken these doors no longer. I will not ask again. You know not what you do. I gather your pleas fell upon deaf ears. A loyal man with a cold heart. I know his kind well. I hope that you will find me more to your liking. Alphino Livier, at your service, a friend. Which I believe makes me very nearly unique, in this part of the world, at least. Few indeed are your allies in Ul'dah, yet you will need some if you wish to endear yourself to the wealthy and powerful. Pray join me and my associate at the quicksand. There you may explain your situation to us, and we shall see if there is aught we can do to help. We would be most grateful for any assistance you and Master Alphino can offer. It has been ever so long since we last set foot on dry land. I truly hope this marks an end of our journey. Master Alphino's associate, yes, we have been waiting for you. I trust you are ready to begin? Yeah.
We have traveled some several thousand miles across the sea, from the nation of Doma, in hopes that we might find sanctuary in these lands.
Sanctuary, Lady Yugiri?
Aye. Lying within Othard, Doma was under the dominion of the Garlean Empire, as I'm sure you are aware. When the War of Succession broke out in Garlemald, we espied an opportunity to free ourselves from the yoke of imperial oppression and took up arms. Only to be crushed. And so I gathered what few Domans escaped the reckoning and guided them hither to your shores.
A war of succession? Then the Emperor... Forgive me. You said that Doma was under Imperial rule, did you not?
Doma is gone, razed to the ground as an example to the other provinces.
Ouch.
12 have mercy. And your people?
On a ship anchored in Vesper Bay, flying borrowed colors. Many were complicit in the rebellion, or akin to those who were. They will not come ashore until I send word that it is safe to do so. I sought an audience with your rulers, but was summarily refused.
The lords of Ul'dah are not wont to entertain foreign refugees without suitable encouragement.
Mayhap I was foolish to expect otherwise, but our supplies run low and we have young ones in urgent need of care. I have seen the tents outside the gates, however. We are not the first to seek asylum, nor will we be the last.
Be that as it may, Ul'dah is no friend to Garlemald. Your tale would stir the hearts of many men and women here.
That it would.
The Sultana and the Syndicate will not be so easily swayed, but I shall see that you are granted an opportunity to plead your case.
This is within your power?
Yeah,
well,
he has
far
some
be it
reach.
from me to boast, but I do have the ear of certain influential individuals.
I am in your debt.
Lady Yugiri, forgive me for observing, but your choice of attire seems like to evoke feelings of mistrust.
Men are wont to fear the unfamiliar. We know this from experience. We seek only to spare the people of Ul'dah unnecessary disquiet.
I shall defer to your experience, then.
I thank you for your understanding.
It seems I have urgent business with the Flame General. I leave our guests in your capable hands.
We are grateful beyond measure for this kindness. Kasasagi. Kikyo. Lady Yugiri labors day and night for the good of our people. She is an inspiration to us all. Yet I worry for her health. If I may, sir, as I said earlier, we have been at sea for several moons, and our supplies are all but spent. I have not the heart to repeat the tales of our tribulations, nor would it please you to listen to them, I think. Suffice it to say, however, sacrifices have been made. Though it shames me to beg for more when you have already offered so much, desperation compels me. Gentle sir, if you or your associates could spare any provisions, anything at all, it would go a long way to lessen the suffering of my people. Now, fortunately, I have a little Poland here in the quicksand. Hells, why didn't you say so sooner, Myrokos? Of course I'll help. You couldn't have picked a better day, to tell the truth. A wealthy merchant and his entourage were due to have a banquet here on the morrow, see? But just sent word they can't come, meaning that I've got a boatload of foodstuffs and no one to feed. Best of all, they paid for the lot in advance. Ha-ha! Go and call on Fridera and Catherine at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Tell them I said to ship the little prince's order to the Waking Sands. Oh, and if they argue, just show them these letters. That should set them straight. Will do. Don't worry, Yugiri. Don't worry, I'm on it. You're gonna get your food soon. She's in the business of feeding refugees now. I ain't normally one to question Mistress Momodi's judgment, but that doesn't seem wise to me. Momodi's letter, instructions penned by the Quicksand proprietress to deliver foodstuffs to the Waking Sands. I'll not speak for the children, but if you ask me, any man what can't earn a crust deserves to go hungry. Oh, how rude. My, that's a rather odd request. Mayhap you misheard her instructions? No, her instructions were very clear, and here they are by her own hand. You know, you shouldn't encourage them like this. They'll start to expect it. You mark my words. I don't think that'll be the case. Not this time. They didn't give you any trouble, did they? Good. Now, go and tell Lady Yugiri that it's all in hand. Okay. I dared not hope for such magnanimity, much less expect it. Mistress Momodi is generous indeed. I shall be sure to thank her most humbly. Lady Yugiri, I briefed the Flame General on your situation. I think you would be pleased with his reply. We have been granted an audience before the Sultana and the Syndicate both. We should return to the Royal Promenade at once. You have done much for us, Master Alphino. I swear we shall return the favor. Naught is owed, Lady Yugiri, for naught has been given. This small favor you fairly won with your words, and it is with words that you must win the favor of the Syndicate. Then I shall choose them with care. You will be accompanying us, yes? Your presence may serve to remind the Syndicate of the true meaning of philanthropy, and that nothing is unpalatable. Nothing so unpalatable will be required of them. Assuming the Domans are willing to earn their keep, come. The Flame General awaits us on the Royal Promenade. We must take pains to illustrate how accepting the Domans would benefit Ul'dah. Only then might the Syndicate be swayed. If we are all enemies of Garlemald, it is not fitting that we should join. Is it not fitting that we should join forces? I have heard that the Sultana is a kind and generous ruler. Of the Syndicate, I have heard less flattering things. Bards sing of wars which decided the fates of nations, but a single word spoken with a council member is more like to decide that of mine own. I wished to greet our guests beforehand and offer my support for their cause. Doman, Ul'dah, it matters not to me. Birthplace does not equate to birthright in mine eyes. I take great pride in my establishments for this very reason. The Platinum Mirage, in particular, serves as a showcase for the talents of countless men and women born beyond our borders. A pleasure, Private Tia. The others are already inside. Let us not keep them waiting.
I, Yugiri of Domar, am honored to meet you at last, Your Grace. To mark this auspicious occasion, I should like to present to you the finest treasures our humble nation has to offer. Alas, the circumstances which have brought me here today have divested me of both time and dignity. I come before you as a pauper in direst need of aid, to request that you grant my people asylum.
I, Nanamo, 17th in the line of Ul, welcome you to our city. Be at ease, Lady Yugiri. Although I myself have heard the tale of your misfortune, I would ask that you recount it once more for the benefit of the others here present.
As you wish, Your Grace. For many years, my nation, Domar, suffered under the yoke of imperial rule, and my people yearned to be free. Thus, when a war of succession broke out in Garlemald, we sought to take advantage of the chaos and reclaim our liberty. Alas, our enemy proved less preoccupied than we had hoped, and our rebellion was put down in the most brutal fashion.
Those who survived, how many do they number?
More than 200 souls huddle within the cramped confines of our own galleon's hold. Yet this figure accounts for but one of a number of ships which escaped the Purge. It is my hope that you will allow us all to dwell within your walls. Should that prove unfeasible, however, I humbly ask that you accept as many of my people as your resources allow. Pray understand, we do not beg a boon, but propose instead an arrangement. We would serve as soldiers or tradesmen until our debt is repaid.
What are the Syndicate's opinions on this matter?
I, for one, think it's a marvelous idea. Lady Yugiri and her people strike me as an industrious lot, and there are parts of the city which have yet to be fully restored. If they are willing to work, I see no reason not to let them.
The head of the Mirage Trust is not known for his generosity. He sees profit in this.
I agree. That said, these are foreign refugees. To admit them would require a formal resolution. Shall we call a vote?
The law is the law.
Lord Lolorito?
Tell me,
Are you blind or willfully ignorant? Even now, our streets are choked with the displaced victims of the Calamity and Alamigan refugees. They live hand to mouth, subsisting on aid provided by the immortal flames, the cost of which grows ever higher. The wealth of Ul'dah is not without limits, my friends. And need I remind you that these refugees are prone to violence and criminal activity? You have all read the reports, I think. Without homes or employment, it is only a matter of time before men grow desperate and take that which they imagine has been unjustly denied them. Yet, knowing this, you would have us swell their ranks. Mayhap you think the brass blades and the flames are not hard-pressed enough?
Oh, technically true, but come on, are you really that heartless, Lolorito?
Some say the chairman of the East Aldenard Trading Company passes Gil thrice daily. This may explain how he came to be the wealthiest man in Ul'dah. Or it may simply be that he's ruthless beyond reckoning.
Ooh, I don't think I like someone like that.
Surely the Sultanate can support the few hundred domins Lady Yugiri represents. That our resources have been taxed, I do not deny. But we are hardly in danger of financial collapse. I move that an exception be made.
An exception, Your Grace? I am suddenly reminded of a similar debate some years ago regarding a number of Alamigan refugees, if memory serves. What were your words that day? Yes, the law is the law, and so our visitors remained in Little Alamigo. Mayhap our wise and benevolent Sultana would be so good as to enlighten us as to which other of our laws should not be upheld.
This man.
Mind your tongue, Lolorito.
Damn right.
My lord, I share your concern for the welfare of our great nation, but we must endeavor to take a longer view. You know as well as I that people can be a resource still more precious than Gil.
To Lady Angelangi is certainly kinder, but the fact that he sees naught but profit means he's like to exploit the Domans. I don't trust him either.
Precious or not, they were never yet so reliable. And unlike those who frequent your establishment, I have no desire to gamble with my future. Ul'dah's greatest asset is, and has ever been, her material wealth. We risk this at our peril. One need only look to Teleji Adeleji's example for evidence of the danger in allowing sentiment to dictate policy. How far the vaunted Mirage have fallen, both in repute and profitability, since he began employing refugees.
How I choose to conduct my affairs is not your concern, my lord.
A proposal has been tabled. Given its urgency, I move we forego further debate and call a vote. To accept the Doman refugees or not. Those in favor, I bid you remain. Those opposed, I bid you leave.
Would that it were within my power to welcome you and your people, Lady Yugiri. As you have observed, however, my authority in such matters is regrettably limited.
Damn.
Without the consent of the Syndicate, I cannot act.
I understand, Your Grace, and I appreciate all that you have done on our behalf.
The nerve of the man! If that bastard had not forsaken the eastern trade route, little Alamigo would now be thriving. Oh, that you should have traveled so far under such dire circumstances, only to be refused in this manner is utterly unconscionable. Pray, accept my sincerest apologies.
Why do I get the feeling that that was only half
no longer poses
honest?
an immediate threat. They see little reason to maintain the pretense of unity. The Monitorists have grown especially defiant of late. Lord Lolorito most of all. But this is neither the time nor place for that discussion.
As Lord Lolorito goes, so goes the Syndicate. It bears repeating that Lord Lolorito does not speak for the Syndicate. The others harbor doubts. I will allow, but in time they shall see the error of their ways. Prone to violence and criminal activity, who is he to speak of us thus? Are we to be punished for sins we may never commit? Did they not hear Lady Yugiri's pleas? How can they turn us away, knowing what we have endured? They only look to their profit margins. My people could not endure another long sea voyage, but if Uldar will not accept us, what choice have we? You could try looking to Limsa Laminsa, but I doubt you'd get much better. Gridania may or may not accept you. That's up to the elementals. If the elementals say no, that's it. Raban would like to discuss how to handle the Doman refugees. As you observed, Lolorito is not afraid to speak his mind, nor is he like to change it. Oft have I wondered how a man so skilled at weighing the worth of things should be so incapable of seeing the value in people. Bah! I will waste no more words on him, not when the Domans are yet in need of aid. Everyone, follow me to the Hall of Flames. What to do. Because Vesper Bay can't take, them all. As open-minded and kind-hearted as the people of Vesper Bay are, we just don't have the resources there. Is there naught we can do to earn the approval of these old dons? We do not wish to live by the grace of others. We want to work. We want to contribute. A galleon is no place for my people, for any people to call home. This cannot continue. Mayhap I should have considered the likelihood of failure more deeply beforehand. Yeah, you probably should have thought of that. I will not deny that certain portions of the refugee population have been a burden on the Sultanate, but I take issue with my counterparts' contention that they account for the majority. In this they are plainly mistaken. Even so, we must not think ill of them for wishing to protect our great nation. A true bureaucrat, kind of taking the middle road there. The Syndicate has spoken, and I see no point in moving that matter to be reconsidered. The monetarists have made their position clear. Agreed. Ul'dah is not an option. Nor are Limsa Lominsa or Gridania, I judge, given the state of their internal affairs, which leaves our Domin friends confined to a ship. Gods, the thought of them huddled in an airless hold, with no hope of better treatment. Would that I had more time to find an alternative, a place not bound by the concerns of the great nations. Revenant's Toll, let me guess. Minfilia? That is precisely what I wished to discuss. I understand the Syndicate's decision. I do. We all wish to preserve that which is ours, especially when we believe it to be under siege. But I cannot meekly accept this judgment, not while my people suffer. Would it be out of the question for the Sultanate to accept us for a limited time? A week, mayhap, or even just a few days? Excellent. I shall keep you informed. Informed of what? Lady Yugiri, I have a proposal, if you will hear it. Out with it, Master Alphino. Editor, just get to the point. The headquarters of my order, the Science of the Seventh Dawn, stands in a place called Revenant's Toll, an outpost in Mordana. Like most outposts, it is frequented by mercenaries and other men of action, and lacks the comforts of more well-established settlements. However, the leaders of Revenant's Toll have been doing their utmost to change that. To that end, they have need of able-bodied individuals willing to work as frontier hands. Hard labor, lest you doubt, with naught save food and shelter by way of reward. Terms not unlike those which you yourself proposed, Lady Yugiri. Though I will not hear a word said against our beloved Ul'dah, Revenant's Toll would offer certain advantages, the absence of unhelpful bureaucracy being the most obvious. If they can accommodate us all, we shall gladly accept. Master Alphino, once again I find myself in your debt. Pray do not thank me, my lady. The life of your people the life your people go to is one of hard labor and few comforts, as I told you. And before that, there remains the matter of how they may safely be borne to Revenant's Toll, which will be no small feat considering the distance and their present condition. Mayhap the Ul'dah Adventurers Guild can be of assistance. Look for me there anon, Myrokos. Lady Yugiri. If you and your people would accompany me, we may discuss what aid the immortal flames can provide. Let's see, I've got... that's... Yeah, I need to, get more tomestones. 4,000. Out of curiosity, so here's Immortal Flames. Ixali Boundwing, Central Highland, Kurthus Central Highlands, Dragonhead. I'll have to look that up more specifically as to where those Boundwing Ixali can be found, so I can get those seals. We are concerned that the Doman refugees may find the journey to Revenant's Toll too much to bear. Too long have they been sequestered aboard their ship, with insufficient supplies and scarce room enough to breathe, let alone stretch their limbs. With that in mind, Mistress Mimoti has kindly offered to accommodate the Domans until such time as they are ready to set out from Mordana. Those healthy enough to travel will embark as soon as transportation has been secured, while those too weak to leave at once will be permitted to stay until they regain their strength. Yep, Momoti's awesome. What news? Transportation remains our greatest obstacle, General. Is there aught the Immortal Flames can do? I fear that exceeds our mandate. Were it a small number, mayhap it would go unnoticed. But the Syndicate will not bear the cost of escorting more than 200 Domans to Mordana. When government fails to act, the responsibility falls to us private citizens. I will engage the services of the 77 caravans on the Doman's behalf. Very well. We should begin contract negotiations at once. Your generosity is most welcome, my lord. After all that has befallen these good people, it is the least I can do. Come what may, you shall never have a friend. You shall ever have a friend in Ul'dah, Lady Yugiri. He's just manipulating them. And you in Revenant's Toll, my lord. Well, it sounds like we all have work to do. Lady Yugiri, let's put our heads together and settle the details of our arrangement, shall we? I would entrust the task of escorting our Doman friends to you, after you have rested your own road-weary legs, of course. What say you? Yugiri's game. Alphino has a mind to send you to Vesper Bay. As we speak, the Domans prepare for departure at Vesper Bay, where from they will be transported by carriage to Ul'dah. That said, this has been decided rather suddenly, and it would not surprise me if the refugees required some assistance in coordinating their preparations. Myrokos, I would have you return to Vesper Bay and facilitate the process through tasks great and small. In short, whatever must needs be done, do it. Speak with a man named Hozan. When you arrive, as Lady Yugiri tells it, he has been designated the leader of the first group. Well, hello there. I can smell their stench on the wind even here. Greetings. Alphino informed me that a scion would be arriving to help with the preparations. I am honored to meet you, though shamed as well. A great warrior should not be tasked with such trivialities. That's no trouble at all. I knew from a glance what manner of man you were. I too have some skill at arms, as do many of our people. Pray forgive this trifle, but might I trouble you to help round up the children that have been given into my care. They are most adept at staying hidden from my sight, but perhaps your keen eyes will succeed where I have failed. You have my thanks, friend. Pray seek out my son Yozan, and he can tell you more. What, you didn't see him standing there? Okay. Oh, hello there. I'm Yozan, son of Hozan. Will you be coming with us to Ul'dah? I hear we're traveling by horsebird-drawn carriage. But don't you think they're queer? Giant birds that people ride like horses? I still want to try riding one, but... What's that? You're looking for the others? Don't worry, I already told them to get ready for the carriages. I'll need your help, though. We were just finishing a game of hide-and-seek. 3 players are still hiding, and since Lady Yugiri told us to take it really seriously, they won't move until they're found. But Vesper Bay isn't that big, so I bet you can find them in no time. Yep. Hey, you're not Yozan. Who are you? I'm Koharu, Myrokos T.I. I didn't know anyone else was... Wait a minute, you're one of those, stallions, aren't you? No, scions. Scions. Then you must know Lady Yugiri, right? Isn't she great? She's really good at hide-and-seek, too. Oh, right. It's almost time to go. Nice meeting you, Myrokos, yeah? Nice to meet you, too. Yep, there's another one. How convenient, behind the carriage. Are you playing? Ah, no fair. Yosan didn't say anything about adults. Huh? We get to ride in a horse-bird carriage? I don't know. It sounds scary, but if Yosan says it's safe, I'll go. Yep. How'd you find me? Guess I need to practice more. Or maybe you're just good at this. I mean, the Garleans didn't find me. Well, there aren't many places to hide, for one thing. Wonderful. All of the children are accounted. Hide and seek. Ah, I see that you are curious. It is quite simple, really. Lady Yugiri thought it best that the children know what to do in case the Garleans found us. I should hope that those days are behind us, but I nevertheless take comfort in knowing that we are well prepared. At long last, Hozan and his group are ready to leave Vesper Bay. The first caravan is due to depart shortly, followed by the rest at regular intervals. My family and I, including my stubborn old father Hame, will be traveling in the lead carriage together with young Koharu, whom I believe you have already met. Though I understand the road to Ul'dah is regularly patrolled by your brass blades, it would give us great comfort if you were to agree to accompany us on our journey. Once again, I thank you for your kindness. When you are ready to leave, please inform our coachman. Well, first off, let me see what else is in here. While I'm in Vesper Bay, I might as well check in. Yep, Blue Quest. From Awakening, Primal Nature, the King lives. Didn't I already deal with him? Ah, Primal Awakening. Okay, so this is the one that deals with that roar. Okay, I'll deal with that at another time. Right now I want to finish this particular main quest, but at least I found it. These reports of a great beast on the road to Uldar are most troubling. There's a beast on the road? Fascinating creatures. Whence did they come? Grandfather is so lucky. These horse birds smell terrible. Oh, it's just so fluffy. Yeah, they're feathered. Yeah, they're cute. You good to be off, are ya? I was meaning to have word with you about that. Runner from the Blade said we might have a problem. The fierce-looking beastie's been sighted south of the bridge to Hammerley. Might be as someone's eyes are playing tricks on them, of course, but it don't pay to gamble in this business. Now, I know you can handle yourself in a fight, but this lot here's another story, so I was thinking you might go on ahead and have a quick look around, make sure the area is safe, and if you come across anything dangerous, you know what to do. When you're satisfied the way is clear, meet us outside Horizon. The Blades tell me the road there's safe, so I reckon we can make it that far on our own, assuming the self-same bastards don't try to rob us, that is. Yeah. I mean, they tried to rob me as I started into the game. Before I even made it to Uldar, they tried to rob us. Now what is that doing out there? It pleases me to see you well. Come, let the coachman know we can continue onward to Uldar. I must say that was a surprisingly pleasant ride. Mayhap the journey to Revenant's Toll will not be so bad after all. Which do you think would win a race, a horse or a horsebird? They have wings, so does that mean they can fly? Yes. And does that mean we can fly if we ride one? Also yes. So there was a beastie. Was being the operative word, hey? Yeah, that Ahriman is dead. Though it's curious that it was there to begin with. Well fought, sir, well fought. Ah, if only I were in better health, I should have been proud to stand at your side. Pray my son, pay my son no mind. He forgets that his responsibilities preclude acts of daring do. Be that as it may, I cannot help but envy you. Had we been able to call upon heroes of your strength and skill in Doma, things would have been very different. But we cannot change the past. Those who fought and fell are forever lost to us. Lost, but not forgotten, Lady Yugiri's kinsmen least of all. They fought fiercest, though they knew full well it was in vain. She had every right to walk away, yet she chose to stay. Food, shelter, the promise of a better life, all this and more we owe to her. How does one even begin to repay such a kindness? In kind, Father, to she who has given everything we shall give our all. So Yugiri is not dumb either. Huh. Interesting. Whatever work there is to be done, we shall do without question. Ditch digging, bricklaying, it matters not. Revenant's toll will grow and prosper by our hands. Ah! Good heavens. Hey, Mr. Myrokos. Kahara and I want to know why you became an adventurer. Do they even know what wild rose means? To gain power, to win glory, to amass a fortune. So here you get to repick, to designate, to reaffirm or establish why you became one, just like in the opening. What to pick? I think at the start I chose to win glory, but honestly just traveling around is nice, seeing the world. So you like roses? I think I understand. I mean, they're nice and everything, but don't they grow in lots of places? Ooh, it's my turn now. Excuse me, Mr. Myrokos, I've got a question. What's Revenant's Toll like? Is it pretty? It's a bustling outpost frequented by countless adventurers. It's a bastion of civilization in a harsh and unforgiving wilderness. It is home to the signs of the seventh dawn. It is a stone's throw from an imperial castrum. Home to the signs of the seventh dawn. Oh, so you live there with your friends. That means you'll always be there to protect us. Enough, Kahara. It's my turn again. Mr. Myrokos, when I'm older, I want to be strong like you. What do I have to do? Seek out new experiences and adventures, fight ferocious beasts, train every day, buy weapons and armor from Rowena. Seek out new adventures and experiences. That's kind of the core of it, and you gain everything else as you go. Of course, to be a better adventurer, you need to go adventuring. Yeah, precisely. Alright, that's enough questions for Mr. Myrokos. That's not fair. Why does Yozan get to ask 2 questions? I want to know about adventuring just as much as he does. Just one more, please. Do you think I could be an adventurer like you? Whoa. You've already asked 2. Sure, let her ask a second one and let that be it. Yeah, but in essence you both can. Really? Then I will. Thanks for the advice, Mr. Myrokos. I won't forget it. I'm going to be an adventurer too. When we get to Revenant's Toll, let's make an adventurer's guild for Domans. We'll protect our friends and punish the wicked, just like Mr. Myrokos and Lady Yugiri. Yeah, just like Mr. Myrokos and Lady Yugiri. We can talk more about it in the carriage on the way. Will you be joining us? Yeah. Mind Blood and Master Alpha know we're here. I need to stay with the birds. Someone's... Okay. Yeah. I bet they could keep out an entire legion with those walls. Let an airship hover over the city and it's doomed. Would you look at that? It will be good to sleep in a proper bed for a change, even if it's only for a night. How many steps are there? 100? I'm going to count. It's 80. Specifically. 80, and it's called the 80 Stins of Sasana for a reason, so it's presumably 88. I wonder if you can count these. Let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, including the top, and then... Wait a minute, that's not 80. That's not even 60. Boo. Kind of inaccurate. Yeah, that's 51. That's not even 80. Boo. If you're gonna call it the 80 Sins of Sasamo, you might as well make it 80 steps. Boo. I pray they do not grow too accustomed to this treatment. It is a welcome respite to be sure, but a far cry from what we can expect in Revenant's Toll. Has the first group already arrived? Wonderful. Pray inform Master Alphino at once. We welcome your return, Master Tia. Ah, Myrokos. I take it the first group has arrived? Excellent. Is there aught else? No. I have matters well in hand here. You and Lady Yugiri should travel to Revenant's Toll forthwith. I have a mind to do the samurai, but I also want to do a tank at some point. all due respect, Alphino would have you and Yugiri depart for Revenant's Toll without delay. It is past time Lady Yugiri met with the guild representatives in Revenant's Toll. Since I do not foresee any further matters arising here in Thanalan which might require your personal attention, I would instead have you serve as an escort to the Doman delegation for the duration of the journey. Speak first with Slafborn upon your arrival. He is the one with whom the Domans will be working most closely, I should think. Afterwards, introduce Lady Yugiri to Minfilia and the guild emissary. If both meetings go well, the resulting ties should stand the Domans in good stead for that which is to come. Safe travels, Myrokos. Okay, so just teleport. Is there anything new? Okay, we are ready to depart at your earliest convenience, but say the word and we shall follow. I'm going to teleport. Okay, I hope this proves to be the final leg of our journey. The moms have taken their toll. Oh, you don't know nothing yet. It's a bit of a run. Many great and terrible beasts roam the wastes of Mordona. Yes? Then we must needs keep a closer eye on the children. That you do. But I'm gonna teleport. So, good luck with that. Good luck with following me when I'm teleporting. Okay. Use last one. And this must be the esteemed Lady Yugiri and her associates. I greet you all as friends and bid you welcome to the Toll. I hope you do not find our dearth of fineries off-putting. Poor though we may seem, we have a wealth of spirit and camaraderie to spare. You see, race and creed don't enter into it here. We welcome all sorts, provided they are willing to earn their keep, of course. We are no strangers to hard work, Master Slafborn. You may rest assured that we will carry out your orders with due diligence. Oh, not for a moment did I doubt your commitment, my lady. Pray understand, I give the same speech to all new arrivals, and you needn't bow your head or call me master either. We are both frontier hands as far as I'm concerned. As you wish, Slafborn. May this meeting mark the beginning of a long and fruitful relationship. Our guests have yet to meet the antecedent. 7 hells, Myrokos, why are you wasting time with me? See them to the rising stones. At long last we have an opportunity to prove our worth. You shan't regret this, sir. The sentries appear more than capable. Even so, it may be best to forbid people from venturing beyond the walls unescorted, for the time being at least. To whom much is given, much is expected. Forgive me, I require a moment to compose my thoughts before meeting with your leader. We shall join you in the rising stones anon. Oh, there's Papa Limo. Yours, eh? You can't even see me, I'm standing behind him. Eorzea may be a land of many cultures and creeds, but I nevertheless suspect that the Domans will struggle to adapt. As is the case with other distant lands, I have heard rumors of mysterious magics and martial arts. I dare not lend credence to these tales, but I cannot help but hope that some are true. Hey, Tataru. I wonder what herbs and spices they use in Doma. Maybe there's something I could add to my special tonic. Ida, why are you sitting alone over here? Did they really sail that half-rotted ship all the way from Othard? Isn't that dangerous? What if it had sprung a leak? I'm sure they've considered that, but beggars can't be choosers. So many youth these days fail to understand that it is incumbent upon everyone to help those in need. That's why it's so wonderful when young men like Hoary Balder rise to the occasion. This little thing, it's nothing compared to what the Domans have endured. True. 'Tis no use. Our attempts to reach the students of Baldessian continue to meet with failure. Oriandre has explored other avenues of inquiry, but they too have yielded naught. We will persevere, of course, yet within our hearts the truth is unclear. We are but awaiting confirmation of that which we already know. How fared the Domans? I am given to understand you were kept quite busy in Vesper Bay. Mayhap you question the wisdom of aiding refugees when the primal threat remains unresolved. Yeah, I need to start looking into that one. I should not blame you if you did, nor would I deny that this matter falls outside of our normal purview. But be that as it may, I could not ignore the plight of these refugees, not when it was within our power to help them. Yeah, Lady Yugiri is here waiting for you. Lady Yugiri is here. Please show her in. I should very much like to meet her. We have no objections. Pray do so with our blessing. Your answer pleases me beyond words, my lady. But are you quite certain? We have no way of knowing how many might answer my summons. In the event that Revenant's Toll could not accommodate us all, we would need to find an alternative solution. Should that come to pass, we will find it together. As ever, it has been a pleasure antecedent. Alas, we must take our leave, as the first carriages are due to arrive at any moment. Should you require aught else, pray speak with Slathborn. Lady Yugiri, Myrokos. Mayhap I worry overmuch, with so many able-bodied adventurers, about what beasts could pose a threat. I dared not give myself to hope in full, but for the first time in many moons I am willing to do so. I am amazed that none here knew of the War of Succession until we arrived. Have you truly heard naught of what has transpired? No, news of what goes on in the Empire doesn't exactly extend beyond its borders. Lamine and I will make all the necessary preparations to ensure that our Doman friends feel at home upon their arrival, though I must admit that I am still troubled about the matter of the missing crystals. Y'shtola should be returning anon with a report from her field. Mayhap you could wait here and speak with her upon her arrival.
How goes the fishing? Caught anything slippery?
Aye. Our suspicions were well founded. The Serpent Reavers are indeed the culprits.
The plot thickens.
Has there been any movement in Thanalan?
It has been blessedly quiet. Which is to say the Amalja are being no more or less of a nuisance than usual, summoning a fleet with such crystals as they have hoarded. Urianger, too, reports not out of the ordinary.
Then we have our explanation.
Your explanation for what, pray tell?
For the recent spate of crystal thefts in Thanalan, we naturally assumed that the trail would lead us back to the Amalja. Yet it did not. It led us across the sea unto Vilbrand.
Vilbrand? There have been reports of increased Sahagin activity of late. Oh gods, they mean to summon Leviathan?
That is the way of it, I fear.
No boy.
Whilst conducting our investigation on behalf of the mineral concern, we came upon evidence implicating the Serpent Reavers. With the aid of the Maelstrom, I was able to verify our suspicions. 'Tis only a matter of time before Leviathan returns to harrow the seas. But there is more. One of the Sahagin, an elder by my judgment, spoke of attaining the gift and knowledge of eternity.
Oh boy.
Such a disturbance in the ether. If I did not know better, I should think this device defective. And there is the explanation.
Soon it shall begin. Our Lord shall rise midst surging waves to wash away the finless ones. And I shall be granted the gift and knowledge of eternity, and with the emissary stand equal. Then shall I know no cessation, no oblivion.
Emissary? Oh dear. Oh dear. Elidibus is at work here.
Whence comes this promise of immortality? The emissary? We have outstayed our welcome.
The gift and knowledge.
Are the two of you quite well?
You shared that vision, did you not?
Yep.
Even before the Sahagin made mention of the emissary, I recognized Elidibus's words. He is behind this.
Mm-hmm.
But surely it is not within his power to grant the echo.
My lady, unless we act swiftly, Leviathan will rise again. The Admiral has already requested that we intervene to prevent this. Failing that, we are to attend to the Primal's extermination.
She will have our full cooperation. Let us make haste to Limsa Lominsa. I mean to play a part in this mission. Tataru, pray, take charge in my absence.
My lady, are you sure this is wise?
I am aware of the risks, but there is something I must see with mine own eyes. The true nature of the echo.
Very well. I shall not stand in your way. On the condition that you permit me to accompany you as bodyguard.
Your company is ever welcome, Thancred.
I take it something ill is afoot.
Aye, a Primal is about to be loosed upon Eorzea.
A Primal?
A godlike being whose very existence is a bane upon the land. We scions of the Seventh Dawn are sworn to put an end to their kind.
Yep.
I see. Know then that I am learned in the arts of war. In return for the kindness you have shown my people, I would lend you my blade.
It would be most welcome. When contending with a Primal, one can never have too many able allies. If you crave a more intimate understanding of the problems facing Eorzea, this experience is like to provide it. Be sure to come well prepared.
Oh, okay, so the sea rises. Ah yes, and here we get the item level 91. The sea rises. Minfilia wishes to share some final words on the coming mission prior to departing for Limsa Lominsa. Plainly, should the worst come to pass and Leviathan is summoned, our only recourse will be to face him in battle. Given past experience, you may very well think that eventuality inevitable, yet so long as there is even a chance that the Primal's return might be prevented, we must needs bend all our efforts into achieving that goal, toward achieving that goal. Before we do aught else, let us hasten to Limsa Lominsa and meet with the Admiral. She will not have been idle in the intervening time and will doubtless have valuable information to share. Many people move on. Even though Thancred will be watching out for her, I cannot help but fear for Lady Minfilia. This Leviathan business has everyone all wound up, but I say it's times like this that we need to get unwound. As her mother, I am ever concerned for Minfilia's safety, but she is her own woman now. If she would venture into the midst of danger, I will not bar her way. Oop. Papalima doesn't say the pain is but weakness leaving the body. Must impress Lady Ida. Yeah. If you are to hold the fort during missions, you must be no less than fully prepared. See that you dedicate every spare moment to your training. Well, I'm not holding the fort, but yeah, I can see how that advice is good. Okay. Just need to wait for the NPC to load in. He's in there, been a while. You are expected. Pray take this lift to the command room. I have to admit, I like being in here. It's pretty good. Hello, Meroweb. Welcome, friends. I take it Ishtola has apprised you of the situation. She has. Let us waste no time then. According to our best intelligence, the Sahagan had not crystals enough to summon their god. Alas, we did not count on the Serpent Reavers venturing as far as Thanalan to procure supplement their cash. For our short-sightedness, we are faced with the grim prospect of Leviathan's imminent return. Needless to say, I am not inclined to let the fishbacks have their way. Even as we speak, the Maelstrom makes ready to launch a large-scale operation to thwart the summoning, and we would welcome the signed support in this endeavor. But if, gods forbid, our efforts should come to naught, I will need to trouble you for more than mere support, much as I did when Titan last walked these lands. Lady Minfilia, I am given to understanding that you mean to accompany our soldiers to the front lines. I can only assume that you have sound reasons for doing so. I do, Admiral, but I would rather not be drawn on their nature. I will say only that there is something I would see with mine own eyes. Is that so? While I am not so stubborn as to deny the wish of one whose aid I require, but precautions must be taken. I shall require that you remain by my side at all times. With that settled, let us speak of the operation. Myrokos, Maelstrom scouts are currently reconnoitering Sahagan movements within the Sapsa spawning grounds. Upon completing their mission, they will return to the operations staging area, point at Camp Skull Valley. I want you to make your way there forthwith, that you might be apprised of the latest intelligence. Commander Falkbreda has charge of the garrison. Of course, before I go that far, let me just see if I can look into something. Of course, yeah, that's still... Okay, so, never mind. I have to wait. I have to wait to deal with that. That or continue my goldsmithing. Of late, this area has played host to many a bloody skirmish between the Minson and Sahagan forces. I've been expecting you, Scion of the Seventh Dawn. On behalf of the men and women here, I thank you for your cooperation. The safety of our citizens is paramount. With your aid, we will prevent Leviathan's return. Volcradia is growing ever more agitated by the minute. As you may already know, Maelstrom scouts have been dispatched to reconnoiter the Sapsa spawning grounds. Though it pains me to admit it, the Maelstrom has never faced a foe like this before. We must proceed with all due caution. Among other things, they have orders to determine where Leviathan might emerge, assuming it comes to that. And yet, their return is long overdue. I fear that ill may have befallen them. For better or worse, we must ascertain their fate. If it is not too much to ask, I would have you aid us in the search. 5 scouts ventured into Sapsa. All told, here, take this flask of restorative to tend to those who may have been wounded. Though it pains me to even consider a notion, if they have perished, circumstances permitting, I ask that you recover the bodies. By no means venture too deep into enemy territory, however, we can ill afford to lose you at this juncture. Let's see, do I need to repair? No, I do not. Help somebody. Of all the times to forget the restorative. Yeah, I got it right here. Thank you. I owe you my life. We were ambushed by the Serpent Reavers. Lightly armed as they were, we didn't stand a chance. I was able to flee this far, but the others were captured. They were taken to the Serpent's Tongue. I am certain of it. I can make my own way back to camp, but I fear the worst for my comrades. Save them, I beg you. Trying. Absolutely trying. Let me just see if I can... I love the Progs. Did a corpse move? There was supposed to be a corpse here, but it moved here. To think this used to be just part of the land, and just got drowned and then transformed into that. You are returned. Thank the navigator. When I learned you went to the Serpent's Tongue by yourself, I feared you would meet an untimely demise. But tell me, what became of the others? Yeah, I got their corpses right here. Mutilated corpse of a Maelstrom soldier ×2. Dear gods, these wounds were not intended to kill, but to torture and maim. Does their savagery know no bounds? Enemy or no, they go too far. I dread to think what may have become of the two who remain unaccounted for. I pray they haven't suffered the same evil fate. At the very least, one of my men came back alive, and for that I owe you my thanks. The price we paid was dear, but we have the intelligence we need. Even as we speak, the Admiral finalizes the details of the operation. The war horns will sound any moment. Be ready to sally forth when they do. If I'm going to do a tank, I probably do that. And yeah, I get the casting one. The Gift of Eternity. Falkbrito awaits the commencement of the operation with barely concealed rage. thrice-damned fishback bastards. I'll kill them slowly and chase their rotten souls through all 7 hells. Peace, Commander. We are here for a purpose, and vengeance is not it. I want your mind on the task at hand, savvy? My apologies, Admiral. You may count on me to keep a clear head. Good. Accounting to our sole surviving scouts, the Sahagin and their thralls have already begun to amass at the Aetherite in the depths of Sapsa. If we are to act, it must be now. The men are ready, but we await your orders, Admiral. As predicted, the Sahagin have tightened security in and around the Sapsa spawning grounds. A frontal assault is like to be met with fierce resistance. But we are not so artless as that, Commander. We shall divide our forces and strike them hard and fast at key locations. Remember, our ultimate objective is to take the Sapsa Aetherite and eliminate the Sahagin priest presiding over the summoning. We are not here to kill them all. The Maelstrom shall engage and distract the Sahagin's legion of drowned pirates at the Serpent's Tongue. Commander, you have charge over this effort. Be mindful that the lay of the land there is devilish for attacking forces. Let the foreign levy spearhead the assault and have subsequent units fan out to cover their flanks. At the selfsame moment, a diversionary squadron formed of galleons from the Crimson Fleet shall harry the enemy from offshore. And likewise, we Scions shall form a smaller unit in the hopes of confusing the Sahagin defensive effort. Myrokos and Ishtola, the two of you are to make your way to the site of the summoning ritual. The Admiral's diversion should serve to thin the enemy's defenses, rendering your path less perilous. Less being the operative word. A small party, I believe, should be able to win through without drawing unwarranted attention. Thancred and Yugiri, your mission is to lure as many Sahagin out as possible of the spawning grounds. Having done so, take your heals and circle around to join the infiltration unit of Ishtola and Myrokos. When all has been set in motion, I myself shall cut a path to the Aetherite, accompanied by Lady Minfilia as agreed. Well, don't let me keep you, friends. To battle! When last did we fight side by side, Myrokos? Too long ago, I warrant. But come, let us away. Yeah, the last time we did it was, going to do Titan, and even then you didn't really do battle. Yeah. But it has been a while. About as ready as I can be. Curiosities that path leads here. Then there's that. That would lead to there. Just doing battle planning. The fun of sneaking around actually has more appeal. We need to get up to here, I think. It has the look of that. Though doing that gets it, then we cut across there as opposed to swimming that way. Yeah, let's try to go the back way if at all possible. The summoning ritual is taking place at the Beastman Aetheroid deep within, and thither we must go. Yep. Of course there's a fate. Why does that axolotl look like a mud puppy? Pray do not concern yourself. 'Twas but a glancing blow. Come, the aetheryte is close at hand. Let us press on.
Damn them. They have made thralls of soldiers and civilians both.
Did I miss much?
Ooh, that's not bad.
So that is how you fight in the Far East. Mental note, pick no quarrel with Domans. But seriously, if I am to keep up, I must needs forsake elegance for efficiency.
Yugiri's impressed.
To the aetheryte!
Yeah, we're surrounded.
You'll forgive me my lateness.
Oh, there they are.
I've been something of a liability of late, I know. 'Tis high time I set about making amends.
Long have you shriveled Sorwalkers tormented our kind. But no more! Your time is at an end! You shall perish with salt in your wounds and sea in your lungs. Lord of the world, hearken to our plea. Lord of the world, deliver us from our misery.
Do you feel that?
I know this sensation. It's the echo.
What?
Such power! It is transcendent!
it.
Seven hells.
Strike me down if you will. It is futile. I have mastered the gift. I am eternal. O mighty Leviathan, ruler of the seas, born of waters primordial, I offer unto you this frail flesh, that you might grant your faithful servants deliverance.
Uh-oh.
I beseech you, come forth!
Die, damn you!
Foolish shorewalker! You cannot kill that which is eternal!
Heavens forfend.
Damn it all!
My being ebbs away. It should by right be infinite. Am I not immortal? Curse you, emissary! You promised me everlasting.
Yeah, but you also offered yourself to Leviathan proper, so...
Where did he go?
Out to sea, like as not.
What say you? Nary a single ship? Hells take that sea demon! Gather the survivors and get to shore. Leave the wrecks for the pirates. Leviathan wastes no time. The diversionary squadron is lost. For a mercy, 'twould seem the Primal now makes for open sea. But why does he not press his advantage? Unless... God save us. He means to unleash a tidal wave.
Yeah. That's not good. The gods of this realm are vengeful beings. 'Tis of little wonder the Garlands fear their kind so. If we meet Leviathan on the open sea, we put ourselves at the Primal's mercy. We must think of a way to face him on equal terms. Though the mission ended in failure, I take solace in the knowledge that Minfilia is unharmed. Had we only arrived but a moment later, but there is no time to brood. Over what might have been, Leviathan is returned and we must needs find a way to deal with him. Understand, I speak of no normal wall of water. That which Leviathan makes ready to conjure carries more destructive power than aught seen in nature. Enough to raise entire coastal settlements. Right, it's settlements. If his last attempt is any guide, we cannot suffer history to be repeated. Yet, how in the seven hells are we to prevent it? Into the heart of the whirl. Meroweb is brooding over Leviathan's return. Though our plight cries for action, we must take thought. So long as Leviathan remains in the open sea, he is effectively beyond our reach. Our fleet is second to none, of that you may be sure, but Lemaline herself would struggle to best the Lord Whirl in his element. In a straight fight, he would make meat and match wood of us. We need another plan. That much is plain. Let us return to Limsa and see if we cannot think of one. I shall await you in the command room. Okay, and given the fact that, let's see, that notice saying, all worlds maintenance, log out before maintenance begins, 11 p.m. Pacific time. So with that, I think I'll port to Limsa, and then sign off for tonight. Oh. Okay, so I'll head in front of the command room, the person to the command room, log out, and in the next stream we will look into proceeding with the Heart of the World. And with that, if you liked what you saw at any point during this, please give me a follow on Twitch. If you're watching this on YouTube, like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you anon, friends.